Morning to all. So in this today lecture, we see about some problems on transient response of a circuit. So before entering into the problem, we know some steps to follow during the entire problem. So what are the steps? First thing is to rerun the circuit. If the circuit has resistance, inductance, capacitance. I'm already told in the previous lectures my inductor has a initial current and my capacitor has some initial voltage, so that the corresponding inductor and capacitor may be replaced by a series equivalent circuit or a parallel equivalent circuit. So first we do this change in the S domain. Okay, so next thing, if any voltage source will be given, suppose if it is a DC source, then it should be replaced by a corresponding S domain equivalent. Or if sinusoidal source should be given, it is also replaced by a Laplace equivalent. Okay, so that means whatever the voltage source or current source given, it should be replaced using replaced in S domain using Laplace transform. The next one is any voltages or currents represented by a simple using I of t and V of t. So because these are in the time domain. Okay, so these time domain equations are replaced by frequency domain, so that the I of t and V of t is replaced by I of s and V of s. The fourth point is the components are replaced with the complex impedance Z of s, because in the previous lectures we told that the inductance L is replaced by SL if the initial current is 0. Okay, similarly the capacitance C is replaced by 1 by SC if the initial voltage is assumed 0. So like that the corresponding components value is replaced to the corresponding complex impedance. The next point is, so after converting all those things, just you use simple DC analysis techniques like mesh analysis, nodal analysis. Okay, so use the basic analysis and solve the equations. So now the equations are in S domain. I want to find out the value in the time domain. So the last step is to take the inverse Laplace transform and get the corresponding time domain solutions. Clear? So next I move on to the problem directly. So for this example, consider for a corresponding circuit there is no initial storage in the circuit. So find I1 of t, I2 of t for t greater than equal to 0. So this is a corresponding circuit. Here the voltage source is a DC source. So the switch is closed at t equal to 0. The inductance value is 8.4 Henry and the other inductor is around 10 Henry. The two resistance has a value of 42 and 48 ohm respectively. Okay, so first of all, so what I said in the steps followed to solve the problems, the first one is the circuit is redrawn. So here the voltage source is replaced by the corresponding S domain equivalent. It is a DC source, it is replaced by 336 divided by S, and the switch is closed. Because after the closing the switch, so what is the response, which is I want to find. So similarly this SL is replaced by the inductance L is replaced by S into L, so only it is 8.4 S. Similarly this 10 Henry is replaced by 10 S. Okay, so the loop current is I1 and the second loop current is I2. So now you apply the simple KVL equation around the loop. So therefore it is minus 336 divided by S plus 8.4 S into I1 plus 42 into I1 minus I2. Okay, just you rearrange these equations, it should be like this, or otherwise use inspection method and you write the equation. So minus 336 divided by S plus 8 plus 4s plus 42 into I1 minus 42 I2. So similarly apply the inspection method to the second loop. The equations looks like this. So add these three values. So it is the 42 is common for both the loops, so you put minus symbol. So therefore minus 42 into I1, and this 42 plus 42 is around 90. Okay, 90 plus 10s into I2, which is equal to 0. So this is the loop equation for the second loop. So from the second equation, I write for I1 which is equivalent to I1 equal to 10s plus 90 divided by 42 into I2. Now you substitute this I1 value in this equation. Okay, so the equations becomes once again. So now you put this I1 in this equation, it should like this. Okay, so minus 336 divided by s plus 42 plus 8.4s into 10s plus 90 divided by 42 minus 42 into I2 which is equal to 0. Just you rearranging this equation, it should be like this. So I2 of s which is equal to 336 into 42 divided by s into 42 plus 8.4s into 10s plus 90 minus 42 the whole square. So the bracket is closed here. Okay, so I rewrite the equation, same equation I2 here, and I simplify this equation. Just you multiplied this s. So just you multiply these two terms which is equivalent to 420 s square and sorry, so here now s is not present. Okay, just I directly multiply s also inside the terms. So therefore 336 into 42 divided by 420 s square plus 3780 s plus 84 s cube plus 756 s square minus 1764 s. Okay, now you take s outside and sorry, you take 84 outside and you should simplify the equation. It should like this. Just now you simplify this one for 42 and you simplify this 2. So just you simplify this value which is equal to around 168 divided by s cube plus 14s square plus 24s. So in the previous equation I1 is rewritten as 10s plus 90 divided by 42 into I2. So this is the corresponding value of I2 of s in the frequency domain. So similarly I want to find out the value of I1 of s. So just substitute this I2 of s, okay, this value in this equation in order to find the value of I1, and you should simplify this equation which get 40s plus 360 divided by s cube plus 14s square plus 24s. Okay, just simple mathematical manipulation, and the final value of I1 of s and I2 of s are looks like this. So in this equation take s outside and uh, you should simplify. The final equation should be like this. Okay, if you have any doubt post in the comment section. So move on to the next slide. So here this is the value of I1 of s. So in order to find the inverse Laplace transform, we go for partial fraction method. So only we go for here for a partial fraction method, which is replaced by k1 divided by s plus k2 divided by s plus 2 plus k3 divided by s plus 12. Okay, so now you find out the values of k1 k2 k3. Okay, already you studied in mathematics, so I need not to go in depth. So these are the values of k1 k2 k3 and you substitute in the corresponding I1 of s equation. Okay, so this is the final format I get. So now you take the inverse Laplace transform. Okay, then you get the final expression in time domain. So this is the final time domain equations you get. So here this 15 is nothing but my forced response, and again this two exponential terms is called my natural response of a circuit. Okay, this is my final response. So it is split into two responses. The first one is forced response and the next one is natural response. My exponential term, so which gives my natural response, these terms give my forced response. So similarly I want to find out the inverse Laplace transform of I2 of s. Okay, so here I go for I2 of s. Okay, and I put the same partial fraction method and find out the values of k1 k2 k3. So do it yourself and check the answers whether it is correct or wrong. If you have any deviation, just put it in comment. Okay, comment box. So then substitute the value of k1, k2, k3. So this is the value of I2. So we know that the inverse Laplace of 1 by s, which is equal to 1. So it is replaced by 7, and 1 by s plus 2 is replaced by e power minus 2t, and similarly s plus 12 is replaced by e power minus 12t. So the constants are put before. So that which is equivalent to 7 minus 8.4 into e power minus 2t plus 1.4 into e power minus 12t. So here u of t is nothing but I consider only the response after t equal to 0. So only I put this u of t. Okay, so this is the value of I2 of t. I am already told in the I1 of t, this 7 ampere, which is nothing but my forced response. This 2 exponential decaying terms is my natural response of my circuit. Okay, so this is how the value of I1 of t and I2 of t is find out for a corresponding circuit. So otherwise you go for Cramper rules. So here in the Cramper's rule you should find I2 of t, which is equal to del 2 of t divided by delta. Okay, so you already studied the Cramer's rules in your DC circuit analysis. Just use that method also and check the answers with these answers. Okay, both answers should be equal. If you have any queries, posted in the comment section. Thank you.